My father, Edward Jones, he was a gentleman. He was just a good person.
He took a nickel and dime operation and he built an empire.
They made about $110, $115 million, which was equivalent to about $1 billion then.
When the feds went after the Jones brothers, it really didn't have anything to do with gambling.
Ed Jones had a lot to do with the shift from Republican to Democrat.
This was really a move by the government designed to get this black man out of power and out of influence.
The city's gambling history is the focus of one of several movies about Chicago at this year's Chicago International Film Festival. King of Kings, Chasing Edward Jones, comes to us from his granddaughter, French filmmaker Harriet Miron Jones, who unravels the story of race, racketeering, and politics.
She joins us in studio this morning to tell us more. Thank you so much for being here.
Good morning.
Thank you for having me.
Really a fascinating story of Chicago. And tell me, have you known this story about your grandfather from the time you were young?
Well, actually, no. I found out about this story when I was 17 years old, when I moved to Chicago, and a friend of mine told me about my grandfather, because actually my mother had kept it very quiet.
Interesting.
Yes.
Well, the gambling was nothing new, but he and his brothers were very successful at it, despite being the sons of a preacher. Why did the preacher not have more influence on his sons?
Well, actually, their father died pretty young when he was 54 years old. And they did turn this nickel and dime operation into a multi-million-dollar enterprise. And the reason why they were so successful, it's because they kept it very honest, even though it was an illegal business, because they paid everybody that would win. A lot of the concurrents, a lot of the people that had policy wheels didn't pay the winners. So that made a huge difference.
And so one of the most successful African Americans in the city, and was it the government that went after him, or was it a mob? His run-in with Sam Giancana in jail. Talk about that, what happened there.
Well, actually, both the feds and the mob went after him, because during the time of segregation, the fact that he was African American, he had so much wealth, so much influence, soon became a problem. So they went after him. And he found himself in prison, in jail for income tax evasion. And that's where he met Sam Giancana.
Wow.
And there seems to be some disagreement about whether we should view them as gangsters. Why is there disagreement about that? What they were doing was illegal, correct?
You're absolutely right. What they were doing was illegal at the time because the policy business was illegal. Yeah. Then it got turned around, and eventually it became the state lottery. They were called gangsters by some, but actually they were racketeers, if you think about it. If you think of the state lottery, which is what the policy was turned around, it really, it's not such an illegal thing now. Yeah.
What happened later in life with Edward Jones?
Well, Edward Jones had to leave to Chicago once the mob started threatening him, and he left and he moved to Mexico. First to Paris for 2 years, then the World War II broke out, and then he moved to Mexico.
What was the influence on politics from all that?
Well, he had a big influence on politics because he drew the African-American vote, and he had the city of Chicago shift basically from Republican to Democrat. He had a really big influence at the time.
So you were raised in Europe. You're his granddaughter. Were his children all raised overseas eventually, or what happened?
Well, actually, he lived with his family until 1944, and then he moved from Chicago to Mexico. So my mother was raised partly in Mexico, then she moved to Switzerland, and I was raised in Europe. That's why I have such a terrible accent.
No, it's a beautiful accent. It's a beautiful accent. Well, it's a fascinating story, and it's called King of Kings, Chasing Edward Jones. It premieres at the Chicago International Film Festival tonight with a screening at the Chicago History Museum. Then there's another screening Friday at Hamilton Park Cultural Center. For more details, you can go to chicagofilmfestival.com. Pleasure to meet you, Harriet.
You.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you very much for having me.